What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, Big Flipping Bass. I'm gonna get ready and go to the lake. My truck's in the shop, so we're in my wife's car, so I'm gonna load down her trunk. What I just put in here, this box, is actually some waders. We're gonna go to the same spot I've gone. This will be the third time in like 2 weeks. But last time I was there, I talked to a guy who's fished it for a while, and he said there's some deep spots on one of the islands. You just kind of wade out to it. And it's just a little creek channel that comes through, cuts it kind of like a peninsula off, so it cuts it in half, so you gotta wade through a short little part to get to it. So I'm gonna throw on my waders. We're gonna wade out to the main point and try to find those deep spots. He said that he's seen some 6.5, 7 pounders pulled out of there. My personal best, 6.5. We're gonna see if we can try to break that today. I've been using some green pumpkin colors, but he said the black and blue is what they've been hitting ever since it flooded and the water got a little bit more dingy. So I took everything out, loaded down with dingy water baits. We're going to be fishing those today, and we're going to be fishing out for trying to find that deeper water. So let's see what we can do. I missed my truck already. There we go. So we're taking 3 rods. I'm actually going to take a spinner rod this time. I'm going to throw a shaky head, maybe even try a Ned rig. The whole purpose is to try to get bit, so we're going to see what we can, how many we could catch. But I'm also bringing my normal braided line, 50-pound braid this time on a 7-foot medium heavy, a little stiffer square Carolina rig, so I can set the hook on like flipping and stuff like that. And then the 7.2 medium heavy extra fast Shimano worm and jig rod. I'll be throwing like Cincos and stuff like that on some Creature Baits Texas rig, 15-pound fluorocarbon on that one. So we're gonna be looking for bigger bass, and we're gonna be looking for as many as we can with the little finesse on the spinning reel. I don't know, we're just gonna see what we can do. I'm just trying to take whatever I can to try to catch them this time. Mother Nature's not wanting me to fish today, so I had to drop my truck off this morning, so I couldn't fish this morning. Plus I've just been tired, so I slept in a little bit. It's 1:47 right now, and on the way down here it started doing this, and it hasn't stopped. It looks a little bit clearer over this way, sort of, kind of, but it's still, I still hear the thunder, and it's still pouring down rain, and it's like on the way here, like pour and stop, pour and stop. So I was hoping it's just passing over. It still looks like it's kind of passing over, so we're going to sit here for a minute and try to wait it out. But if this keeps up, we might just have to call it a day. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah. So we're just going to hang out here for a minute, listen to music, set in air conditioning, and wait for the storm to pass over before we head out there. It finally stopped raining. The storm cloud's like literally just to the left of us, like this way. And it's literally sitting right on top of us. There's still some thunder in the background, but it's not raining. And I hadn't seen any lightning. Got some clear skies back this way. So let's do this. I kind of walked down for a minute. You see I already got my waders on. I walked down for a minute just to see, and took my spinning rod just to see what's out there, just to see if there's any activity. There's already fish busting on top of the water. I had one wake in. I was using a little shaky head with a plum color stick worm on there, plum color finesse worm. And it chased it in, and waked on it, grabbed it, but let go of it. So I already got a bite, got plenty of action. We're gonna do it, just go for it. As you can see, I'm glad I brought my waders, because it is soaking wet back here now. And actually I already seen a snake down here at the edge of the water, so I'm gonna be really careful when wading across this little cut through. And there's actually some gars laying on the ground too. Somebody caught a couple of little garfish and they killed them. I don't know why they killed them. They didn't look like they like harvested them or anything like that. But not everybody's into the whole catch release thing. here's the other one. This little one. Now here's where we gotta go across. Now the thing is, I don't even know how deep it is in the middle. So if it looks like it's getting too deep, we might come back. I waded out here a little bit and it was up to probably right at my knees. Something was there. I'm already spooking fish just trying to get across. Yeah, see, we're up to my knees now. Kind of trying to follow the grass because that's our highest piece of land. So drop off there. Alright, I think we're on the up. Yes, sir. So it comes up to about halfway up my thighs if I follow that grass line across. Dang, it's still pretty deep here. So I'm right at 6 feet. It's probably a good 3 feet deep. 2.5, 3 feet deep. Alright, so this is all underwater. I would not recommend this normally, especially somewhere like Texas, Louisiana, Florida, where you have a ton of aquatic wildlife, including alligators. But we gotta get the fish somehow. Alright, here's some dry land. Well, it's not really dry, but it's land. Looking at out here. If it's just a dry enough spot I can set my stuff down, we'll set up shop there. Something like this. There's a hill here. It's elevated above the water. That's the work. Let's suit up. Since there's apparently larger fish in here, this is actually Big Bite Bait's version of a Senko, but this is their large version of it. So black and blue is the color the guy said they hit them on. So that's what we went with. So let's start off on a large Senko bait. See if we can get some strikes out here. So the guy I talked to recommended black and blue, but I've had better luck with a kind of like a green pumpkin or a summer crawl color. So I think this bluegill with a summer crawl KVD perfect swim bait might be good. A very natural appearance to it, very natural swimming action to it. I know there's a ton of bait fish in here. We see them all over the place. So we're going to cover water with this. If something's in here, it's got to want to eat it. Let's go back with a shaky head. This is the one I got a hit on earlier. Let's just find out if there's fish here. Once we find out if there's a fish, then we'll see about switching over to something a little bit more size worthy for some bigger fish. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. My truck's ready to be picked up, so we ain't got much time. We'll have to head back. We'll catch some stuff, so we need to do it soon.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of recap on this video here. Sometimes it's just not gonna happen. It's just not meant to be. I've told you before, you're probably gonna see me strike out in these videos. You're gonna see me backlash. You're gonna see me do stupid stuff. We fished around. We got a couple of bites. One good bite, and he hit it as I was reeling in. Wasn't even expecting it. So that spot has potential. I think in the cooler months it might be better, just because it's so shallow. They said there's some deep parts off there, off the main point there, and around out in the middle and stuff like that. We drug the bottom. We fished a lot of bottom baits. Fact of the matter is, that is a very time-sensitive fishing spot. Early morning, late afternoons, we need to hit it, and that's when I've caught all my fish out of there. Anyways, usually after 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So that seems to hold very true even today, especially today. That it's a very time-sensitive spot. You got to be there at the right time to catch the fish. It is what it is. It's a nice little spot. It's an easy spot for me to hit on the way home from work. It's right along the way that I take to go home. So it's just a good little fishing hole that I can go in if I want to catch one or two of them and after work relax. It's a good thing to do. Or I can just come home and fish the lake at my house. This is, like I said, I think it was the third time I fished it in about 2 weeks. We caught one the first time, a small little dink. Got him. Little guy. He freaking choked it. Let me see if I can get this out of it. Give me a minute. And then we missed a really nice one the last time we went out there. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he's got me in the stick. No. And the one that we missed today looked pretty decent. He had a nice weight to him when he took off, so but I don't know about him. Again, it is what it is. I have fun. It was an adventure running through the weeds and the water and the flooded island, whatever you want to call it, peninsula thing. Wading through all the water trying to find a place to fish. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe. If you have any things you'd like to see in the future videos, leave a comment and I'll try to get those done. If you're not on my social media websites, go ahead and try to find me on there. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. There is a Big Flippin' Bass Facebook page. You can find that as well. Until next time, like I always say, tight lines to you, and I'll see you in the future.